Hey guys, it's Greg with By the Bootstraps, btbootstraps.com. Check out the store, check out the social media links will be below. Saw in the news today that Iran has commandeered or kidnapped or confiscated 2 oil tankers in the Strait of Hormuz, and that recently, well, yesterday, we, being U.S. Navy, shot down an Iran drone, which, okay, I think that would be retaliation from them shooting at one of our drones. What was it, last month or the month before? You know, the problem that's going on is that our news media and the people who control the news media are so flippantly stupid and arrogant. These are huge stories. We are literally on the verge of war with Iran, or getting pretty darn close to it. We are sending 500 troops to Saudi Arabia, I believe it is, to reinforce the desert out there for Iranian attacks. I guess it's a strategic location, which I don't want to see us go to war. You know, this president said that one of the things he wanted to do was keep us out of war. Granted, if you have a hostile regime who was not abiding by the agreements that we wisely pulled out of their nuclear accord, we should have never signed that deal. We had no oversight of what they were doing. We were not allowing independent inspectors to go in and verify that they were doing what they said they were going to do, which was not to enrich uranium for weapons grade material. Iran has even come out and said that they're going to do that, and supposedly that, you know, we were warned by Israel, Netanyahu, last year that that's exactly what they were doing. And so the president, which I believe wisely said we're not doing this and pulled out. It was not a good situation for America. Deal should have never been signed. I don't understand why the previous administration even went forward with it. It was dangerous to us. And then of all the things, they left no oversight and no ways to verify that they were actually going to abide by the agreement that they wanted us to agree to, that they themselves, as we see now, had no intentions on doing so. Fast forward, you know, Iran has been very hostile in that region recently. They've been commandeering and confiscating vessels, oil tankers. They shot down one of our drones, and overall they've been saber rattling, and it's escalating tremendously. And what's sad is that on a day like this and yesterday, these stories should have been covered in the news. These are important stories. These are critical stories. It should have been all over every news source. ABC, NBC, Fox News, USA Today, Yahoo, Vox, whatever you read, Breitbart, you know, whatever news source you go to and read, there should have been headlines on this on every one of them. But instead, we're wasting our time over supposed racist tweets. We're wasting time over the 4 members of Congress. We're wasting time on, is Nancy Pelosi a racist according to AOC? Those things are taking precedence over potentially a global catastrophe in that area, in that region. Potentially more boots on the ground. Potentially another conflict. Potentially more Americans dying in the Middle East. And it amazes me that this is not receiving the attention that it absolutely should receive. I'm making this video because I've said multiple times, I don't want to go to war. You know, it's a necessary evil, but I don't want to go to war. I don't want to see any more Americans dying or being maimed or coming home with PTSD or having to do acts of violence to other people if not necessary. You know, that's our treasure. That's our men and women in the service. And yeah, they're trained to do that. You know, and yeah, they're highly trained. They're more equipped with the best equipment on the face of the earth. And yes, they could do the job. But if it could be avoided, I'd rather it be avoided. You would think that if the media got off their Trump-hating orange man bad craze, that they would at least acknowledge this situation that's going on overseas and give it some critical thought and bring in some experts and actually have an open dialogue as to what's going on to inform the public, or at least provide the facts to the public. Instead, you have to go to other news sources that are not so reputable, or even worse, you have to go to other news sources that are outside of America just to get the stories on it. Anyway, comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I'll talk to you later.